Hey guys, Eric here from Fired Up Brews and Barbecues, and today we're gonna do some pork belly on the Lang smoker. We're gonna use a stick burner today. This stuff is awesome. I got this from a local butcher. Now, this is cured and not smoked. You can also get it uncured and unsmoked. Today we're gonna do one that's cured and not smoked. This is an entire side of pork. This is gonna be the pork belly. I'm gonna take this out and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, there she is. There's the pork belly. That's the other side, so it's skin on. This is cured, it's not smoked. This is what you would use to make bacon. And you can see this is a pretty thick slab of meat here. It's close to 20 pounds actually. Well, this is what you would normally, so you would hang this, you would smoke it, and then you'd slice it and make strips of bacon. So that's the skin on side, there's the back side. Today we're gonna use Oakridge BBQ, and this is called Smoky Chile Lime. It's an all-purpose rub. I get most of my rubs from All Things Barbecue. I'm going to use this rub, this Oakridge BBQ rub, and I'm also going to use an injection today. I'm going to use a combination of apple juice and apple cider vinegar, so stay tuned. I've got my helper here, Maya. What are we doing, Maya? We're going to make an injection for the pork belly, right? All right. So how do we do that? We're gonna mix half apple cider vinegar and half apple juice. And we're gonna mix it in this bowl, and we're gonna use this. This is pretty nice, guys. This is, it's called Broil King. I got this from All Things Barbecue as well, but a lot of injectors don't work well. This one does. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it. So do you wanna help me with this?
Yeah.
All right, so first thing we're gonna do, fill that about halfway with apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
All right, that's perfect. And I'll do the apple juice because it's kind of
Heavy.
yeah. All right, that's all we need to do on that. So before we put the injection in though, we're gonna go ahead and put our rub on our meat. Smoky Chile Lime. I'm gonna have my assistant Maya. Can you hold this right here?
Down here.
Try to hold that still. And you can walk towards it a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna put a little bit on the skin side, but you don't need very much on the skin side. So just a very light coating on the skin side. You're gonna put this actually on you're gonna put the skin side down. So you wouldn't necessarily have to season this, but I always like to season both sides. It just brings out the salt and everything, brings out the moisture and the flavor a little bit. And you are gonna be eating the skin too, and you'll see later. So you're just gonna cover this kind of light. The other side, we're gonna go a little heavier. So we'll do that. Get a nice coverage on there, just like that. So that's the skin side. Okay guys, so this is the skin side. You just want a little bit of rub on there. Try to get as even as you can. You don't have to go too heavy. And then on the other side, so this is the non-skin side, we're gonna go a little bit heavier with the rub on this side. So we're gonna go ahead, just apply it pretty literally. And I use my hand as a guide when I do this, just so I don't waste the rub, because it obviously is expensive. And you wanna just get a nice coat all the way around like so. Normally you have it in a bottle, it's a little easier, but this works too. It comes in a bag. You can put it in a shaker if you want, but no big deal. So what do you think, Maya?
Pretty good.
That looks pretty good? Okay. Let me wash my hands. Okay guys, that's what it'll look like once you get all of your rub on. I think that's about perfect. And just kind of rub that in with your hand. I'm gonna wash my hands and then come back, and we're gonna inject this. It's gonna be 50% apple juice, 50% apple cider vinegar. One thing I didn't mention earlier, just make sure you get the sides as well when you're doing your rub. Get it on all sides, everywhere, any kind of gaps, make sure it's covered all the way. So now we're gonna inject this, and I'm gonna have my assistant hold. So if you can just hold it right about there. Thank you. So we're going to take this, obviously fill it up. You can see it's a nice little clear window there. I like that. And you're gonna inject this every couple inches. You have to go kind of at an angle. And this one's got, you can see this has got 3. This is a brisket injector. So you kind of have to get down in there. But you see that? See how that meat's swelling? That's all going in there. Whoa. You get a squirter once in a while. All right, you see how that is? You see how it's injecting and coming out over here? We're gonna, every couple inches, we're just gonna do that. You can see the meat just swell up. Fill it up again. We're just gonna, I just sprayed everybody. We're gonna get every couple inches. Be careful because there's some pressure in there. Okay, so you're gonna make sure you go every couple inches, just get it covered really, really well. We're about halfway done. All right, had to clean up a little mess there. Gotta be careful. Like I said, this is for brisket, so you can see it's got basically 3 injection points. And so this is a little bit too thin to be using this for probably, but it works. Just make sure you get it all the way down in there at an angle. You can see that meat, how it just swells up. Be careful when you when you pull out of there. All right, yeah, it's coming along real good. Just gotta take your time and make sure you get it all good. Usually take about 3 of these. That's a good one. Did you see that, Maya? Okay. See how it swells up? Okay, so we've got it all injected. What do you think, Maya? Look good?
Yeah.
All right, so you got to be careful when you're injecting, not to spray all over your kitchen, not to spill. We had a little accident, but we picked it up and everything is good. So you can see we've got this seasoned really nice. It's injected. You can see it's just sitting in that apple juice and that vinegar. We're gonna let this rest for about 40 minutes, just let it marinate. And then once the smoker's up to temperature, you can get her on. We're gonna smoke this today at about 250 degrees for a few hours, then we're gonna wrap it in butcher paper. All right, today we're using the Lang 48. Just got this week, it's all seasoned in. And I'm using some lump charcoal. There's some stuff I got from Menards just to get a base going for heat. And then we're using this mesquite wood here from Arizona. So I've already got it going. We're gonna get this, I've had the coals going for a little while. Got the mesquite wood on, we're gonna get some smoke going. All right, that didn't take long at all. I had some really hot coals. So mesquite wood's already burning. I'm gonna go grab the pork belly. Got a nice smoke going here. So we're gonna smoke this. We're gonna try to get it up to 250, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the pork belly on. I like getting it on around 200, and then we'll try to raise that temperature up to about 250. We'll probably smoke it for about 3 hours. Then we're gonna pull it off and we're gonna wrap it. I wish you guys could smell this. It's really, really fragrant. It smells great. So we're actually about 225, and I'm gonna get this on. I'm gonna put this on the bottom rack. So I need to put the camera down. Just stay tuned. All right, can you hold that right there? Hold a little higher. Can you hold it up? Got it? All right, I got my helper. She's gonna hold that for a second. So I'm actually gonna put this inside of here because it's gonna be messy when I pull this off, and I'm wearing gloves too. I'm just gonna slide this right in the middle of the bottom rack. And then I'm gonna take any of the juices that are left over, try to dump that right on top of there like that. Okay, so we got her on the bottom rack, kind of in the center. We're gonna close this up, smoke it for about 3 hours. We're trying to get that temperature. By the end of the day here, we're gonna get the temperature up to about 200 to 205 degrees. But for now, we're just trying to get a nice smoke on it, and then we're gonna wrap it up later. All right, guys, so it's been a little over 3 hours. I've been disciplined. I have not opened this once. So it's been 3 hours and about 15, 20 minutes. And the temperature was between 225 and 250 the entire time. It just started to dip down. So let's take a look inside and see where we're at. And I'm also gonna take a temperature. This is a fireboard. There's a newer model than this, I think, now, but these work really well, and they sync up with your phone with an app, and it'll actually record each session, show you your heat, give you alarms, things like that. This is normally where the probe would go in, but I'm not using that today. So let's open this up here. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. And you notice that I went with the fat side down. There's debate on that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this in a little bit, and we're going to put the fat side up when we wrap it and put it back on the smoker. So I'm going to close this back up, and we're going to let it sit on there a little bit longer. I want that bark to be a little better than that before we wrap it. What we're going to do is zap this real quick. So I've got this up to 325 degrees. I want to get a little bit more bark on there, so I'm going to do that with a little bit higher temperature. The way I do that, I open this side wide open. I'm closing the box. You can see though I've got a nice fire in there, right? Close the box up. This one's wide open. This one back here I have just cracked, and that's going to allow that temperature to go up quickly. It went from about 225 to 325 degrees in literally no time flat. So we're going to let that cook for about 30 minutes at that temperature. Then we should be good to go. We should have good bark. I'll go ahead and take that out. I'm going to wrap it, and I'm going to put it back, and I'm going to put it fat side up. All right guys, we're about 325. Absolutely gorgeous night out. It's just absolutely beautiful outside. There's no wind. Weather's perfect. Birds are chirping. I'm going to go ahead and turn this fireboard on, and let's get a temperature on this bad boy and see. Checking the temperature here. We're reading about 164, so it's not quite. I need about 205 degrees. You hear that sizzle? Good stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually flip. So the smoker runs a little hotter on this side next to the firebox. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this the other way around, and I'm going to let it smoke here for another probably 40 minutes. All right, let's check this one more time. See how our internal temp's doing. So we're trying to get to, now depending on what you look online, some places will say 165. Personally, I'm all about the 205 when it comes to pork belly. It's hard to screw up pork belly. There's so much fat in it, so you don't have to really worry about drying it out a whole lot. So we're sitting right now, we're a little bit under yet. Temperature's rising. We're really close though. We're about 190 degrees. So we're just gonna close this back up for a little bit longer. All right guys, here she is, hot off the smoker. What we're gonna do now is we're going to wrap this baby, put her back on there for a little while. Maybe a little taste just to see. Oh yeah, that's amazing, so juicy. It's got great flavor with that apple juice. Real good stuff. Wrap this, so pretty hot. Oops. Like that. Now I'm gonna do one more layer. We're gonna put the fat side, so right now it's laying on the fat. We're gonna put that fat side up. We're gonna put it on the smoker, let it sit on there for a little while, and then we're gonna pull it off. We're gonna let it rest for about 30 minutes. All right guys, so we took it off, we let it set back on the smoker for a little while, then we let it rest. It's been resting for about 45 minutes. Just do a quick taste test here. That's gonna be good. Wow. That's good. No joke right there. You gotta try this. This is good stuff. Pork belly. Subscribe. We'll be back with more.